Hi, good afternoon. My name is Veronica Montgomery, and I'm the Clinic and Patient Liaison Consultant here at the Fertility Hub. Throughout the current COVID-19 crisis, I've been writing a weekly series of blogs on crisis management, marketing, and communications. In this week's blog, the link of which is on the screen now, I talk about best practice on your website. The first thing we want to convey in these uncertain times is empathy and transparency. Patients need to know that you empathise with their current situation. We have come from clinics being closed for 2 months, which left patients devastated. The relief has come in the form that now clinics have reopened, but you need to be very transparent about how different treatment is going to look when they come into the clinic. For example, are your staff going to be wearing PPE? Is the patient required to wear PPE? So it's very important that you have a dedicated COVID page on your site, and that page, there's a link to it on every other page on your site. So no matter where they are, if they think of anything, they can go to your COVID page with its frequently asked questions. Other things they might need to know is share your local government advice for your country. Are your hotels open? Is air travel still restricted? Is your country still in lockdown? Will there be a curfew? Are they allowed out of their hotel if hotels are open? Try to keep the patient up to date on your local advice. Don't presume they know what's happening in your country. If you're running a COVID testing program, share the guidance from your governing body, explain the different types of COVID tests you might be offering, whether that's swab testing, are they positive now? Many governing bodies have asked for a risk assessment, so explain that. Maybe you're offering antibody testing, explain what we know so far about antibody testing. The worst thing is if you say nothing about COVID on your website, it says that your clinic doesn't have any procedures in place, which obviously you've all been working very hard to get to the stage of reopening, and that's just not true. So make sure that it's very visible, and that's the sort of information people can find. Also, everybody's been through quite a trauma, whether that be in isolation, job security. So now is the time to change your messaging on your website. Go from a hard sell to a soft sell. People are really looking for information at the moment, and now maybe having to put back their plans until air travel is up and running again. Excuse me. So you just really want that to be a soft sell and very much information giving at the moment. Also, there's been a huge rise in people who wouldn't normally be active online, who are now. So they would maybe be more comfortable with email rather than visiting your website. All that has changed. There's been a 70% increase in web traffic since March. So use this time to capture that data, get them to sign up to your newsletter and start that dialogue with them. One of my biggest bugbears on people's websites is it's so hard to find contact information. I don't want to trawl through loads and loads, scroll down your page to get right to the bottom to contact us. This should be at the top, and also a lot of clinics are guilty of not having an email address. Now, you may have a web contact form. Again, people feel very much they're handing over their data. So it's really important that people can reach out to you via email. It's terrifying making that first call. They're worried about pricing. They're worried they're going to be sold something they can't afford. So just make yourselves easily accessible. I've spoken in previous blogs about using WhatsApp. And just make sure people can hide behind their computer and send you an email. You've got that data, then you can start that conversation with them. Keep monitoring the changing behaviour. It's changing daily as all different countries are coming out of this at different times. Some people were using their mobiles to look at your site on their commute to work. Now people are working from home. They don't have colleagues looking over their shoulder. So there's constantly changing behaviours, and you can monitor that from your Google Analytics. Make sure your site is mobile friendly. Prior to lockdown, we saw 75% of our visitors to the Fertility Hub viewed the site from their mobile device. During lockdown, that dropped to 63%. Again, that reflects that people can look while they're actually working from home. I finish up with, I want to talk about the importance of the little s, which is when you go onto your website, if it's HTTP, it doesn't want to be missing the S. What the S signifies is that your site is secure, and I definitely wouldn't be submitting not only on my personal details but my medical information on a site that wasn't secure. Also, people are working from home, their computer is their lifeline. Nobody wants to use a site that isn't secure if it's going to leave a virus on their computer. So as a medical facility, it's very important that you get your security certificate. Finally, I have been summarising these blogs into 40-minute seminars at the end of each month. So the next one is coming up on the 30th of June. There's a link within the blog. Again, here is the blog address for today. And within that, you'll also see a link to register for the next seminar for IVF unit managers. This one is going to cover protecting your brand, online marketing, online seminars, and the power of newsletters. Finally, I always love to hear from you. As I say, we're all at different stages in this crisis, and if you would like to talk specifically about your challenges, then I'm happy to talk to you about that as well, or anything you've seen in the blogs that you'd like to discuss further. My contact details are in there. Thank you for listening.